Okay. Um, Rachel Denhollander recently received an award from Sports Illustrated for courage and stuff like that. Rachel Denhollander was the principal witness against Larry Nassar, the faux doctor who was abusing. Yeah, okay. Did a whole series on that shit. The award was presented via satellite by Christine Blasey Ford. You probably saw that in the title of the video. That's not a joke either. That's not a joke, and I'm not drunk. Christine Blasey Ford, via satellite, presented an award to Rachel Denhollander. And I'm like, well, where was Tawana Brawley? Was Bo Bergdahl out of town? And well, first of all, a couple of months ago, Rachel Denhollander on her Facebook fan page talked about why women wait so long. She posted that article coincidentally the same day Blasey Ford was coming forward with her false allegations against the future Justice Kavanaugh. And I talked about this once before in one of my other videos. Practically every single person on Rachel Denhollander's page believes every word Blasey Ford said, hook, line, and sinker, no questions asked. And I even heard a guy on her page today say he believed Blasey Ford. And I was getting into arguments like crazy months ago on Denhollander's page about this shit. And past couple of days is no different either. And it terrifies me. It terrifies me that there are people that believe Christine Blasey Ford, because those people can be put on a jury and those people can vote. And imagine the horror of being accused of rape and being on a jury and knowing that full well that people that believe Christine Blasey Ford can be selected for jury duty and make it onto the actual jury. Imagine that horror. And I'm going to post a link below to Rachel Denhollander's 40-minute victim impact statement, and it is very graphic. Keep in mind, I saw it in real time. And keep in mind, I got so angry that only Dominic Moceanu's rape joke calmed me down. I'm also going to put a link below to Christine Blasey Ford. Yeah, I know, right? Introducing Denhollander and presenting the award via satellite. Now, if you go to the Blasey Ford video and put it on mute right away because you don't want to hear her fucking voice, you can scroll down. The thousands upon thousands and thousands of comments are from people who know she's full of shit. And you may find a few of my comments in there too. Contrast that with Denhollander's Facebook fan page, where I'm virtually the only one there that knows Blasey Ford is a lying piece of shit. And Christine Blasey Ford said in the speech that Rachel Denhollander inspired her. Now, when Christine Blasey Ford says that that Rachel Denhollander inspired her, that means that Larry Nassar is completely innocent, and every single woman, including Rachel Denhollander, committed perjury to frame an innocent man. That's what it means when Blasey Ford is on your side. Okay? And I've had real sex abuse victims in my family. And I said it before, I'll say it again. My own mother was abused as a child. And sex abuse victims that have brains in their fucking skulls understand that for you to use a blatantly fake sexual assault claim as a political weapon in open forums in exchange for money, that calls into question real sex abuse victims who legitimately need complaints that investigated. It's just like if you make a prank phone call to 911, or if you pull a fake fire alarm or a fake bomb scare, or if you make a prank in public that causes alarm and someone calls the police on you. When you do that, you distract the police, fire from real emergencies. Well, when you do this false accusation shit, Twan Brawley, Mattress Girl, the Duke Lacrosse guys, and my cousin's friend was a Duke Lacrosse guy. Yeah. Okay. But in addition to distracting the authorities from real problems, and in addition to ruining people's lives forever, you also belittle real abuse victims, because their pain and suffering is now your weapon for political gain. And if you look, I'll run over the Christine Blasey Ford thing again just real quick. Dianne Feinstein received a complaint and held on to it for 6 weeks, or wrote the complaint herself and held on to it for 6 weeks. That's what I believe. And after the hearing had already been concluded, Dianne Feinstein whipped out the complaint, saying, "Look at this." Okay? And Christine Blasey Ford tried a couple of delay tactics for a couple of days here and there, knowing she was going to lose, and was forced to appear before the committee. When Christine Blasey Ford appeared before the committee, she said that she decided to come forward when she found out that Brett Kavanaugh was on the short list for the Supreme Court. She said she got her Congresswoman and Dianne Feinstein when she found out he was the nominee for Supreme Court. Now, her Congresswoman is her Congresswoman, Democrat obviously, California, and Dianne Feinstein is the highest ranking member of the minority party on the Judiciary Committee. Now, the Judiciary Committee has 21 people. They all do what these committees do. And 11 from the party in power, and the Speaker is the party in power, and 10 from the party not in power. And Dianne Feinstein is the highest ranking member from the party not in power. Okay, so she contacted her Congresswoman, and then contacted the Democratic ranking member of the committee. So by her own admission, in her own testimony, her allegation is politically motivated. Because to this very day, she has not once contacted a police officer or a prosecutor about these allegations. During her testimony, she literally couldn't remember anything. She couldn't remember whose house it was. Not that the address of the house. She couldn't remember whose house it was. She couldn't remember who invited her to the party. She could remember no details at all. And if you've ever heard a sex abuse victim talk, sex abuse victims remember every minute detail decades later. So for a sex abuse victim to forget every single thing except the attacker's name, on top of that, she gives 4 names. Brett Kavanaugh's friend, 2 other people who were wherever they were, and her best friend. They all submitted written testimony under penalty of perjury, saying that she's a liar. Okay, so her own witnesses have actually said she's lying. Okay, and on top of that, she absconds $800,000 in GoFundMe money. Okay, and you people that gave Christine Blasey Ford GoFundMe money, okay, I hope you go bankrupt. I hope you get into some serious debt crisis yourself. I hope you like lose a lot of money or go into debt. Or I hope you have a lot of financial problems in the future. And you know damn well the Democrats give her money under the table. You know that for a fact. Don't even attempt to deny that shit. And Rachel Denhollander was at that award ceremony in person. Blasey Ford came on via satellite, and she took the award home. And I told Rachel Denhollander on her page, in no uncertain terms, you need to give the award back. Even if they agreed to give you another presenter, like to reissue the award with another presenter, you still need to give the award back. And I gave an example because one guy was arguing with me, and I gave an example. There was a woman a while ago. She was a policewoman in New York City, killed on 9/11. And she got an award for heroism posthumously. Many years later, Bruce Jenner got that award. This policewoman's widower sent her award back because he said, by giving the award to Bruce Jenner, you belittle my wife's sacrifice. So you have an award given to you, but down the line, the award is given to some other fucking asshole. Like, example, the Peace Prize. Okay? Yasser Arafat, the terrorist, got the Nobel Peace Prize. He did. And yeah. So I'm adjusting my little letter opens here. So I said you gotta give the award back. Because if the award is given to you by someone that doesn't deserve to give it to you, or if the award is later awarded to some scumbag, you know, it taints the award. It's like if you got the Medal of Honor, okay? And when you got the Medal of Honor, they decided that Bo Bergdahl should present it to you, okay? If your family member died in combat, your son or your husband, and you were given the folded American flag by a Taliban leader, would you accept it? That pregnant woman that I saved from being hit by an SUV, May the 2nd, 2014. If the department decided to give me an award, I would have been very happy about that. But if the department decided the award should be presented by Cecile Richards, I would have said no. And this goes for a lot of things in your lifetime. If you're offered an award for an accomplishment, but the presenter is gonna total fucking scumbag, you have an obligation to your own morality to refuse it. And I said to Rachel Denhollander, on behalf of every woman that testified against Larry Nassar, you must give that award back. Because you represent over 300 women, 300 females. Some are still children to this day. There are still to this day Nassar victims who are under 18. Most of them were abused before age 18 and have become adults. But there's a couple dozen Nassar victims that are still to this day under 18, and the youngest one is 12. Okay, and you're accepting an award on behalf of all of the women Larry Nassar abused, and the award is given to you by a woman who abused a federal judge, abused his wife, abused his 2 little girls, embarrassed our country. That was an embarrassment to our country. It was an embarrassment to our country because it shut down the U.S. Senate and it shut down the Supreme Court because the Supreme Court had to work for a week without it, with only 8 judges. It was a month-long delay. A month-long delay. And you had half of the United States senators who flat out renounced their oath to the Constitution and joined a cyber lynch mob. It was a high-tech lynching, just like Justice Thomas years earlier. The fact that you can make a blatantly false allegation under penalty of perjury, not be punished at all, have half of the United States Senate renounce the Constitution, okay, hurt an innocent family for political reasons, and rather than go to prison like you should, you get money for it. And now you're giving an award out to a woman who was legitimately sexually abused. But on top of that, Rachel Denhollander is also a lawyer. I don't know what she practiced, but she's a lawyer. So she has an obligation to the legal profession to give the award back. Because Christine Blasey Ford is an insult to the law itself. She's an insult to the law by being a criminal, she wasn't even brought to trial. They proved flat out that she committed perjury, and yet she was not even brought on charges. Forget acquittal, forget guilty, not guilty. She wasn't even charged. Okay, I've seen people sent to prison for a fraction of what she did. A fraction. Little Kim. Little Kim witnessed a shooting. And because it was a gang shooting, the federal government came in and declared RICO. And the federal government ordered Little Kim to testify. And Little Kim was asked, "Do you know this man?" "No, I do not know him." And because there was a picture of her on the couch with that man, and because most people believe she knew the man for 10 years prior to that, making that statement, because she made a false statement in court, she was sent to a federal prison for the better part of a year. Now, am I a big fan of Little Kim? No. Do I think Little Kim is a nice person? No. Will I let children listen to her music? No. But Little Kim is still an American citizen. Little Kim is still a human being. And she had to be punished criminally because she broke the law. Every single thing Christine Blasey Ford said has been proven false already. And she made false statements not before a federal court, before the United States Senate. And she shut down 2 branches of government. Supreme Court, which represents judicial government, and Senate, which represents legislative government. Yes, she did that. Apple cider. Yeah. And that's the truth. That is the truth, my friends. That is the truth. I would never accept that award. If I was a nasty victim, I'm a guy, but if I was a nasty victim, I would come out publicly and I would say that I renounced the award. If I was a family member of a nasty victim, I would tell my family member to make a public statement saying, "You renounced the award." If Rachel wouldn't do it, I would encourage them to do it for her. And if I were Rachel herself, and I had to spend 15 years of my life working and praying that an individual who abused me is brought to justice, legitimate justice, court, judge, prosecutor, okay, detectives, evidence, testimony, legitimate justice, not lynch mob shit. I would have gotten up there. I would have taken the award. I would have smashed on the fucking stage. And I would have given a rant until security dragged me away. I would have taken that fucking microphone and you would have had to have security drag me off the stage. Because I would have been on a rant. I would have been saying I was abused. I would have been saying I was humiliated. I would have been saying I had to go through psychological problems. I had to confront a sexual deviant in court. And you're comparing me to this piece of shit? That's what I would have said. Yeah, you would have fucking heard it, man. People that know me in person, and people that watch my show, you know that I don't hold nothing back. I tell you exactly what I fucking feel. And that's what I fucking feel. And I call upon Rachel, if she sees this, I call upon Rachel, do your children, you have 4 children, do them a favor, give the award back. Thank you.